We are so excited to be coming to you live today. Hey, I'm Paul Bowen with the Douglas Design District. We are hanging out at Aeriel today, Douglas Design District's newest shop here on beautiful Douglas Street. Donut holes beside us, hopping gnomes right down there, and we're going to go in to be the first to meet Renee, our newest shop owner here in the Douglas Design District. How are you, Renee?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking.
Awesome. We are so excited to be here. This is my beautiful bride, Casey. We're so excited to be here hanging out today.
Yeah.
And I know nobody can... I want to get in this too.
Yeah.
So we're so excited to be hanging out today and getting a sneak peek of your new shop, Aeriel.
Yay. Yes, this is Aeriel. So I think we're going to do a little tour first.
Yeah, why don't you take us around? And if you guys who are watching see anything that you like or have questions, please stick it in the comments. Yeah. Say hello. We'd love to connect with all of you. So I'm going to switch this around and be cameraman here.
So yeah, when you walk in the store, it's a little bit different than most resale or consignment stores you might walk into because I have everything kind of in color groupings. That's kind of my aesthetic. I'm a little OCD, really, in the end. So I have everything in color groupings. And so what I tell people is to go ahead, if something catches your eye, check it out because it's not necessarily in size groupings.
Gotcha.
It's kind of a color thing. And so you'll notice here, some of the big colors for this fall are blush and navy. And so I've got kind of a little spectrum of blush and navy going on here for the women, different things that you can pair together, and play with a little bit.
That's great.
That's the fun part about Aeriel is that I want people to come in and play.
Yeah.
Because fashion should be fun. It should be a personal expression. It should be creative. And that's kind of what this is about. And so as you go through, you kind of see that we've just got different things going on. I've got my whole animal prints section here, which is one of my favorites.
We need to show them that vest.
Yes.
Look at that.
Casey tried this on earlier.
Check. Why don't you try it on now, Case?
Okay.
You're talking into it.
It looks fantastic on her, especially with her little outfit today with the booties and the denim and you're fine. The booties and the denim and then the fur vest is
it is
kind of too much fun.
Oh my god. I know. I've already maybe tried on a few things this morning while we were waiting for you, Paul.
So this totally put together for fall. Super simple.
Look how cute it is.
I love it.
And it could go with so many colors.
It could go with so many things. You could dress it up. You could dress it down. I mean, it's one of those things that I call a kind of fun accessory that you can have in your closet and put it with something to make it kind of pop.
It's so cute.
So, I think it's fabulous.
Love it. I love it.
So yeah, we've got our animal prints. I've got all sorts of women's shoes in right now in different sizes, different things going on with the women's shoes. And then we also have our handbags. I've got professional wear, I've got casual wear. As we move to the back in a little bit, a whole jeans and denim section.
Renee, where do you get all your inventory?
Most of my inventory people bring into me.
Oh, that's great.
And if it's something that I think can resell for more than $50, then we'll put it on consignment. But everything that I think can resell for under $50, I just buy straight out and I pay cash on hand. So I definitely encourage people, if you have stuff that's sitting in your closet,
to come get your money.
Exactly. If you're not wearing it, hopefully somebody else can repurpose it. So
you guys, thanks for watching right now, for tuning in. If you have any questions for Renee or just want to send her a little note of encouragement about her new business, stick it in the comments down below.
That's a dress.
Look how cute this is.
Shirt dress that if you belted that and wore it with some boots,
denim.
that would be amazing.
And denim is so timeless, I think.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's so cute.
So it's just a sweet, simple little shirt dress that you can put together real easily. Wear it with tights.
He was like keeping the camera.
Sorry, I'm playing cameraman here. Yeah.
Let's go. The other thing that we also have is our bobble bar, which is just a place for... It's hysterical. The bobble bar for people to come and play. I actually have a new shipment of Stella and Dot jewelry coming in today. But there's a combination of resale jewelry and new jewelry at the bobble bar
Bobble?
Bobble bar.
Sorry, I'm
No, you're fine.
late to this party.
You guys will find something you love because I was telling Renee this morning, personally, I'm not really a necklace person, but I love this. Like, I would totally wear this. Wink, wink, Paul. But like, and this is a resale. Like this.
Yeah.
Somebody brought
that in, and she took immaculate care of her jewelry. It's a really nice piece.
Yeah.
But for resale, you're going to get it at a fraction of the cost.
Yeah.
So.
And what I love about this, being resale, it's kind of a little bit that rose gold color that's really popular right now.
Absolutely.
So
Guys, Jason Villanueva is watching.
Yay, Jason! Hello.
We love Jason.
Yes.
Good people.
Jason, come try on some clothes.
So we specifically had this here for people to play at the Bobble Bar. They can sit and try jewelry on and have a good time.
So cute.
So cute. And then, as you go through the store, like I said, some of it is color combinations. Now, the skirts and the pants and the jeans, I just kind of have all lined up. And these are mostly by size. Again, I tell people if something catches your eye, grab it, see what size it is, because it's not necessarily in that order. But this is specifically for those women who may be trying to build their professional wardrobe and don't have a lot of money to spend on new retail, Ann Taylor, J. Crew, Banana Republic, sort of quality pieces. I've got them all right here for a fraction of the cost, and grab those.
You know, something I noticed right off when we walk in here, Renee, because I've done my fair share of thrift shopping, but there's always like an odd smell and like weird stains on clothes. Like these are really... These clothes are high quality and in good shape.
Yes.
Like we're not having to sift through a whole bunch of junk to get to the really good find.
Right,
you've already done that.
I've already done that. And so what I call this is a highly curated reseller thrift store that I specifically go through the pieces and I curate what I put out and what it is on show. And that's the time and energy that I save you then from having to do that.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
Jason gave us comments, said, love this place, super cool feel. And being here, I can tell you, it is. It is. Why don't we go sit down and kind of talk about your shop and your new venture a little bit more. Again, guys, we are at the Douglas Design District's newest shop. I'm fell over right there, called Aeriel. And this opens, Renee, when does this open?
It's soft opened right now. So we're actually Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then Sunday from noon to 5. We're having our grand opening next Friday for Final Friday.
Awesome.
So that's going to be from 6 to 9 during the kind of all of the other Final Friday stuff that's going on. Definitely plan on stopping in. We've got Hopping Gnome, we've got Tanya's. We're going to have some picture opportunities and stuff. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that sounds. Are you gonna bring a chair in, or?
I don't think there's really room in
You could slide that chair over if you want to. You don't have to.
Just like squeeze in here.
Here.
Oh, I guess.
Perfect.
It'll get real cozy. Awesome.
So
You guys have coffee. I'm getting some coffee.
Yeah, I gotta get some coffee.
So we did put together a few questions to ask Renee just to get to know her, get to know a little bit more about the store. Some of them we've already answered, but some we haven't. So first of all, why don't you tell us a little bit more about you and maybe about Aeriel just in general?
Yeah, absolutely. So the origin story of Aeriel is that I've been a social worker in Wichita for the last 15 years.
Amazing.
And so that's kind of my background. That's what I've done for my entire adult life. And in being a social worker, I've never, had an ungodly amount of money to spend on clothing, but I always wanted to look nice. I wanted to look professional in my job, especially as I kind of moved up through my career. And that's what I did then, is done a lot of resale thrift shopping, trying to find quality, good clothing for a fraction of the cost, and found that resale is definitely where it's at. People, go through clothing sometimes and they wear it once and then they don't wear it again.
It's done, right.
So you can find some really good stuff there, but I would have to travel.
Yeah.
Kansas City, Tulsa, East Coast, West Coast, we'd have to travel to really find some of these nice stores. And I kept saying, oh, I wish we had something like this in Wichita.
Yeah.
And essentially then that's what happened is as I was, looking at transitioning out of social work, 15 years is a good long run, and I was kind of getting burnt out. And I said, maybe I could bring this to Wichita.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what happened.
That's great.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So you before Aeriel, you were a social worker. Do you miss that?
There are definitely a lot of things that I miss about social work. I miss the people. I miss, but the connection isn't as wide as you would think it is, because social work, basically the premise of social work is to empower other people, to give them the tools and the resources to them to find that kind of inner strength to help themselves. And I really see that in a lot of Aeriel too, that giving people, empowering them to find their own personal style, find that inner creativity to do something with their style.
Totally.
And that's kind of the philosophy behind Aeriel.
Yeah, it's like you can take that social work to like a personal level and put it somewhere that you really enjoy.
Exactly.
You look good, you feel good. This tools of the trade here.
That's right. No, it's so true. I mean, I know people sometimes, fashion, it gets a superficial, kind of label, but I think that personal style can really help in terms of inner self-esteem.
I think so.
I mean, look at these three.
Right?
10 out of 10.
Always, Paul. You're so funny.
What's up, Karen? Thanks for tuning in, hanging out with us,
Hi,
or
Karen.
interviewing Renee here at DDD's newest shop, Aeriel, reselling a clothes resale shop.
Yes, exactly.
So speaking of being in Douglas Design, why did you choose this location, Douglas Design, and did the district kind of have anything to do with you wanting to be in this area?
Yes. The really simple answer to that is yes. I love the design district. It's become, so prior to this I was over at the Alzheimer's Association, which is literally right down the street there.
Yeah.
And so really started falling in love with the design district, just officing over there. And so it was a super simple decision for me to make when I decided I wanted to open the store, that I wanted to be somewhere in the DDD. This all came together just so easily. Leon Medder, who owns this building and the Donut Hole, posted on Facebook, space available for seeing, like literally hours after I kind of said out loud to my significant other, I really want to be in that little strip where the Donut Hole and the Hopping Gnome and piano.
That's amazing.
And so it's just been kind of providence ever since then.
Yeah.
And it's really come together, and I'm excited to be here.
I would call that a sign too. Like if you said something and then right away you saw something that was like, it's available.
The universe provided.
As soon as you ask that question, like, why did you choose here? My immediate thoughts were, there's donuts on one side, a brewery on the other side,
and pizza.
a great sandwich shop across the street, and pizza a block down.
Everything you could ever want.
Those were the 4 major food groups.
I'm not saying that was like the factor in it, but it was definitely huge.
Partial. And I mean, the other thing is, this area is, I think, this specific part of the design district is going to continue blowing up. And just, adding stores like this is only going to help it.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
we kind of went through it in the tour, but for people who might just now be joining, or just to kind of, I guess, say it, what all will you be carrying? Men's, women's, will you be carrying kids, accessory, shoes, whatever?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I'm doing men's and women's clothing, and so obviously, as we went through the store, a vast majority of what I have is women's wear, but there is a small men's section that is growing, and so men, if you have things that you're not wearing and you want to bring them in, I definitely am buying men's clothing right now, because I'd like to grow that piece a little bit more. But yeah, it's men's and women's clothing. I'm not doing kids. There's definitely lots of places here in town that do that, and so I'm going to let them do that. They do it well. And this is, just kind of a little upscale. It's the tagline on Aeriel is high fashion reimagined. And so that's kind of what I want to kind of have it at that elevated level.
Yeah. Very cool. And then shoes, accessories.
Yes, yeah. So shoes, handbags.
Can you bring that over?
No, absolutely.
We forgot to mention it.
Yeah, no, totally. We'll bring that over.
The jewelry thing over there.
It's the Allen Works. Yeah. So yeah, we have all sorts of handbags, shoes, accessories, the jewelry, obviously, and then Paul is bringing over. One of my hopes is to bring more local designers, artists.
Check this out, peeps.
So this is my friend Colin, who makes men's and women's jewelry. And
can I take one of these?
Yes.
Because I want you to.
Yes,
to
we'll
tell
talk
them
about this.
one.
So he does men's and women's jewelry. So we've got all sorts of fun designs here. But I was explaining earlier that one of the things that he does is he's got some old salvage pieces from the Orpheum. So I'm going to try to get that. There we go. From the Orpheum. And so some of these have tags from the old Orpheum Theater. I'm sorry, the Crown Uptown. I'm mixing my theaters up. This is from Crown Uptown. These are some of the different cool labels that were on like the lighting switches and the seating and stuff.
That would be.
That's
so
cool.
Does he have a bunch of more kind of like that?
He does.
Because that would be a neat thing to.
Yeah. So there's those on there. Like I said, I mean, some of them are just really the leather and the beads kind of coming together, especially this.
That's
fall.
really high quality. Like, you
Isn't
can
that
feel
nice?
that's really nice leather too.
Yeah.
And it's just putting those together for the fall. Just it's some great pieces there.
And some serious Wichita pride into that, and a really cool story piece.
Yeah.
Too.
Exactly. And so I definitely am very proud to be able to have that here. And again, one of the things is, other designers here in Wichita, I'm in talks with of letting them kind of have their little space here in the store as well.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So we kind of already answered what kind of items people can bring or sell. Can people trade? I know there are some places in town where you can take stuff and do a trade. Like, how will that work? And will you also explain like the consignment versus selling?
Yes, absolutely. So when people bring stuff in, like I said, if there's anything that I think can resell for over $50, I always offer a consignment contract, which is 50-50, and it's for 90 days typically, and we'll put it on consignment, which basically just means that you still own it until I sell it, and then I give you half of the proceeds. The other stuff, anything $50 or under, I just buy outright, and I usually buy that between 35 and 50%, where you get 35 to 50% of the resale value on it. And I always try to make sure people understand that it's for what I can resell it for, not necessarily for what it retails or for what you bought it for. But I do pay cash on hand for that stuff then. And then if people want to trade, basically they get a little bit more from reselling their stuff back to me, and they can use it as store credit then, and have store credit in the store.
Awesome.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Very cool.
And I've just got to say it again. I know we said it earlier, but for you, those of you who are just not tuning in, this place just has such a better feel and obviously much higher quality clothing and items than just a secondhand store or just a resale shop. Like, you've been really intentional about the way you've built your inventory in here, and it really shows.
Yeah, and that's definitely a huge part of it. I want people to walk in and not necessarily assume or feel like it's a resale clothing store right when they walk in. I mean, I definitely like to explain that to them, this is resale, but I don't
your
want
grandma's butterfly jacket is not in here.
Right.
Grandma, your butterfly jacket
when I walked
beautiful.
in, I just took a picture before I walked in. I was like, this is not, and I mean, I had that feeling like that this is not your typical resale store.
Yep.
Exactly. And so that's the vibe I was going for. So I'm thrilled to hear that that's what people are saying.
For sure.
So we just have a few more questions. I'm going to flip gears just a little bit and ask first, what is your favorite family activity in Wichita?
Probably walking and riding bikes. Wichita has definitely gotten a lot better in the ability for pedestrians and cyclists to get around, and that's just something that's really fun for us to do. We live right in College Hill, and so we're super close to the design district, which is another reason this was, so such a great, place to be, and to be able to get around locally on a bike or walking, use the queue line, which I love as well. We come up and down here all the time to get coffee, ice cream, donuts, pizza, that's probably our favorite family activity, actually, is eating. But we walk and we ride then, to balance it out.
And I love that because, the design district does have, pretty much any food or coffee or drink that you could ask for. And I love that we're bringing in shopping now. I hope that trend continues.
Absolutely.
So what's your favorite local ICT restaurant? So I know that might be hard to answer.
Loaded
You can
question.
give a top 3 if you want. Because we're okay with more than one.
Well, probably, I definitely, the Anchor is probably one of my favorites. It's just such a standard. Shane is fantastic. She has helped me out a lot through the years in my charity work doing all of that. So, I got to definitely give props to the Anchor. I also love Jen Ray over at the Monarch. It's also just a really good, nice little family place to eat. And then Probably Public.
Yes,
those are,
I
like,
love
the
all three of
just
those.
like staple. You can
Yeah.
you know you're
Yes.
gonna find something good there.
always.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many.
Those
different
burgers
places.
at Anchor.
Yeah, the burgers at Anchor and the pickles
serious.
at Public.
Oh my gosh.
I love those pickles so much. Is there a
So,
question, Paul?
Renee had ice cream and coffee this morning. I saw it with my own two eyes.
It's true.
Renee, you're
great
getting
combination.
I did.
ratted
I
out
was
by
totally
Todd.
getting ratted out. But okay,
kind of ice cream?
so it was over at the Lux and Espresso
yeah.
To Go
Oh,
has Hawaiian ice cream.
Yeah.
And they had pumpkin waffles this
Mm.
morning with ice cream. I mean,
Okay,
come on.
yes, because we've had those waffles from Little Lion with the ice cream on top.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Fantastic.
We had it for breakfast once too.
Yeah.
So
Probably more than once.
During that, I remember last time we went and did that, I was like dressed in like bad shorts and a
Oh yeah, like you
stained
just woke up.
t-shirt.
Nice.
So while I'm like
Nice.
on the sidewalk, like shoving waffles into my mouth, she like took a picture of me and tagged like
Fantastic.
"dress for the job you want,"
Yeah,
which is
I did.
thanks.
clever. I like it. I like it. That's clever. That's clever.
Oh my goodness.
No, thank you, Todd, for that.
That's
In my
hilarious.
defense, it's also my birthday today, so
Oh, happy birthday!
Oh my goodness.
like I've not been.
You need a
super
birthday
vocal about
donut.
that.
We're gonna
Yeah,
get a donut after
Yeah.
this.
all
If you
right,
tell us
all
your
right.
favorite flavor,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
bring you a birthday
We can-
donut. Oh my gosh!
So-
Well, happy birthday.
So there, Todd. Man.
What a perfect. It just all lines up.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
it.
it's good.
Okay, so our final question is: what advice would you have for somebody wanting to maybe they just want to quit their job and chase a dream and open a store or start a new business? What advice do you have?
Well, definitely do your research. I think for me, it was, definitely looking in and seeing the viability, looking at what the market for resale would be. I mean, just, get some research in. And then the other thing that helped me immensely is that we have an amazing community of small business owners and entrepreneurs here in Wichita. And so reaching out to them, taking advantage of the Wichita State business development and entrepreneur classes, taking advantage of South Central Kansas development. There's so many different things here in town that are free or of little cost that you can get more information from. And so that would be my best advice, is to definitely just absorb and do your research and kind of plan for all of that and create a business plan. Like, do that.
Make a plan.
I know, like people say it all the time, but definitely it's helped me so immensely. It was pain in the rear to do it and to put it together and everything, and it's a big project. It's like writing a dissertation, but it's been absolutely valuable to me in this process.
Cool.
Of really feeling it's terrifying. It's terrifying to do, really.
Yeah.
But you feel like maybe you have your sea legs underneath you a little bit more.
Yeah.
If you've got that support of other business owners and mentorship and those sorts of things, for sure.
Very cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is going to be a hit.
Thank you.
I can see it.
Yeah.
So don't forget, guys, the grand opening is next Friday at Final Friday. Well, you'll be open all day, but
I'll be open all day. We're
festivities-
probably going to do a 10 to 4 that day. Close a little bit early, but then be back open 6 to 9. Like I said, we're going to have beer, champagne, photo opportunities. It's going to be a party for sure. And I'm also offering from 6 to 9 that night 15% off if you purchase from that time period.
Hey!
So
Love it. And
So-
one other thing I forgot
Is
to
that?
mention.
I'm sorry. Is that this Friday?
next Friday.
Next
week
Friday.
from today.
A week from
October
today.
27th.
Oh, I guess today.
I forgot to
Drink some more
mention
coffee.
Yeah.
that you had told me this before we started the video. Renee does offer like helping style you.
Yes,
That's something
yeah.
she enjoys doing.
And that's
so.
something that I'll be advertising and kind of picking up a little bit more. But yes, if you're just kind of in a conundrum, I will also be offering services for me to come out to your closet and help organize, go through
Love
things.
that.
I'm also kind of a big capsule wardrobe proponent. I've done it myself several times, and I really, really love it.
What is that?
So,
Sorry, I've never
What?
heard. Yeah.
So capsule wardrobe is basically pulling anywhere from 30 to 35, 40 pieces of clothing and having that be kind of the clothing you're going to wear for the season.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Okay.
you find ways to mix and match, but
All of it.
it's a way to minimalize your
Uh-huh.
closet,
I
not
see.
have so much going on. You
Yeah.
pick some staple pieces, you get some really nice accessories, you put it all together, and that's what you do for the next month to 2 months or whatever. And you can switch your, clothes out then, and it's just a nice way to feel kind of less overwhelmed
Yeah.
with your closet.
I love that idea.
Uh-huh.
I love that.
Probably
will
it probably not 100%, but probably helps lessen the look in your closet and say, I have nothing to wear.
Nothing to wear,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So trying to
Because
help
really
with
that just comes from being overwhelmed, and saying,
overwhelmed.
yeah.
There's too much going on here. And so I'll have that. We're going to be doing different workshops and classes here as well. There's going to be fashion runway shows because this is such a
Cool.
big gallery
Yes.
space. And all of this stuff is going to be on wheels to kind of be moved out of the
Cool.
way. And then we'll do
Love
some
it.
fashion shows and stuff in here. So definitely a lot of collaborations with other DDD businesses as
Yes.
we go along as well, and promoting each other and stuff. So yeah, there's big things planned for this place.
I love it. I'm so excited.
Well, very good. You guys would love to, if you enjoyed the video, give us a like, give us a comment, give Renee a word of encouragement, and
Do you have
then
an Instagram page?
I do. So my Instagram is @Aeriel Style. It's all one word, AERIAL STYLE. We're also on Facebook as Aeriel, and then the website is aeriel.style.
Awesome.
So
Perfect.
We can add those in
yeah,
the comments.
we'll add those to the comments. So you guys go check that out, and then come by the store. This place is so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm not really even a clothes guy, so I mean I wear clothes, but
we're all thankful for that.
yeah. But this place is so cool. Come to the grand opening a week from today, from 6 to 9. It will be the biggest party in Wichita.
I'm excited. We're going to be there.
Yay.
We will.
It'll be fun.
So exciting. Renee, thank you for your time
thank you
today,
so
taking
much.
us through your store
Happy
today.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, yes,
I am
thank
so
you
sorry I
guys.
didn't know. But now we do.
And for today, we're Paul and Casey from the Douglas Design District, and we will see you guys later.